Smile.
What we do here is go back.
Tile plus Kirby paint and tile.
Hello YouTube and hello 9th Age community. This is Charles from Evershade Gaming, and I'm bringing you another 9th Age battle report. So I just got back from Adepticon. All the traveling is done. Still feeling the effects of a 4-day weekend with all sorts of gaming. I actually played in the Warbands tournament on Thursday at Adepticon. I will not be making battle reports from those. Those are some fun 3K games, but I have 5 Grand Tournament battle reports from the GT on Saturday and Sunday, and we'll be bringing you that content very shortly. First, I just wanted to take a quick peek at the armies that went to Adepticon. As you can see from this lovely bar graph that you've been probably looking at the entire time, we had a decent spread, I would say. A couple armies were underrepresented, like Dwarven Holds and Empire Sonstal, and then some armies just weren't there, like Undying Dynasty and Vermistorms, and then you had 7 ogres, because everyone took their ogres out, apparently, and wanted to play with them, and then kind of surprised the 5 beastards. I thought that was impressive. I'm really curious that the army is growing, or if people are just busting out like their old models or not, because beastards are awesome. Anyway, so I was the one EOS player, and I'm going to bring you some EOS battle reports. So let's look at the lists. I am playing a similar list to the list I played at Battlecry GT. I know I haven't finished my Battlecry reports yet. I've got 2 Undying Dynasty reports I'm still going to make. I'm just kind of saving them for the future. The good thing is that it's 1.3, so I mean they're still going to be relevant in a few weeks. So I brought a Knight Commander, the lucky guy with the Sonstal, Lucky Charm, Lucky Shield, Potion of Swiftness on his Barded Warhorse. Then I have a little bit different Marshal than I took last time. So he's got the Charmer Cursed Icon, the Hardened Shield, he's my BSB of course. Then I have the same Wizard I took last time at Battlecry, Ring of Fire, Bluefire Kin Power, Wizard Master, Pyromancy, and 4 spells. Same Prelate with a Great Weapon in the 1-up. And then I have 39 Heavy Infantry with Hellbirds, 9 Imperial Cavalry with the Gleaming Icon, 10 Militia with pistols this time instead of bows, 4 Knights of the Sun Griffin, and this was the interesting thing. I added in 15 Imperial Guard as a musician. To do that, I took out my riders. And those riders I took in Battlecry were really expensive. I mean, I gave them like all the upgrades, so that's kind of where points went back into the Marshal pretty much. But yeah, I took these 15 Imperial Guards. They were my Wizard Bunker and my another scoring unit, because I did not have enough scoring units at Battlecry. And then I have an Arcane Engine, 2 things in Flagellants, Cannon, Mortar. So that's my 4,500 point list. My opponent in the round 1 was Jesse Silva, James Silva, Chai Hammer's brother, and he brought out 4,500 points of his ogres. So he has a Con with, I believe he has a Iron Fist, and then the Armor of Fortune, and an Obsidian Rock. And then he has a Shaman that's his general with a Hell Fist, 4 spells from Thaumaturgy, and the spells he had were 1, 2, 3, and 6. I don't know if he ever casted 3, but I know he casted Wrath of Gods a lot, and the D6 plus 1 D6 strength magic missile. Then he had a lot of tribesmen in his core, and then 6 Merc Vets with Iron Fist, Bodyguard, Lethal Strike. That's where his Con went. 3 Tusker Cav, and then a Thunder Cannon, a Rock, and 3 more Merc Vets with pistols. So interesting list. I haven't seen an ogre list like this ever really. The spells I got this game were Pyroclastic Flow, Cascading Fire, not Scorching Salvo, sorry, Flaming Swords and Smoldering Ember. Would have liked Scorching Salvo, but as you will see very shortly, it wouldn't have mattered. Here is a quick look at the board. The blue part is a river, and the bridges across the river are bridges, and they save you from taking DTs, and they are also our objectives. So we're playing secure target with each bridge as the objectives, which was a little twist. Jesse actually, he got to pick tableside. I let him start dropping first, and he just deployed everything. So he's got 3 Merc Vets on the far side, his cannon, his 5 Tribesmen, that big Moomak is his Rock, and then his Merc Vets are in the forest. Next to the Merc Vets are his big block of Tribesmen, and then his Tuskers are holding down his right flank. On my right flank, I put 10 Flagellants across from his Tusker, and then I have my heavy infantry. Next to them are the militia with pistols. Behind them are a mortar and my arcane engine. And then in the middle of the board, I have 10 more Flagellants. To the left of them are my Imperial Guard with my Wizard. One cannon's behind them. And then in front of the cannon and the Imperial Guard are my 9 Imperial Cavalry with my Knight Commander. And I have my 4 Knights of Sun Griffin and another cannon holding down the left flank. Ogre Khan's turn 1. Everything moves up to the river, basically. So let's go, and his Tuskers also move up to the river too. In the magic phase, my opponent, he gets a decent amount of dice. He throws a Ring of Fire at my Imperial Guard, and I let it go. He gets 8 hits, he does 8 wounds, I make 3 armor saves, and the Imperial Guard failed their panic test, and they flee. Thankfully, they only flee 4 inches though. My opponent also places a Wrath of Gods in front of the Arcane Engine, Halberdiers, and Militia. And in the shooting phase, he does a couple wounds to the Knights of Sun Griffin. EOS, turn 1, I do on the double on my Militia to kind of push them up. My flags fail their Frenzy test and charge forward. And my Imperial Guard do not rally and flee off the board. Well, I'm without my Wizard this entire game. This is how the rest of my movement looks at. So I'm moving the Knights up, but keeping them far away from the Rock. Same thing with my the rest of my Imperial Knights too. I'm just, I can't risk a charge. I'm already feeling pretty down at this point without the Wizard, so trying to figure out how I'm going to come back from that. In the magic phase, I don't really do anything. The Wrath of the Gods comes down and kills 4 heavy infantry. In the shooting phase, the pistols shoot, then they kill 1 ogre, so I was happy about that. And then this cannon misfires, it can't shoot for a turn. This cannon misfires, it takes 1 wound, and the mortar misses. So, good turn 1 for Empire Sunstone. Ogre's turn 2, the Ogre's charge. I do stand and shoot, and I kill 1 more ogre. And then I believe this went to the magic phase. I lose a Knight of Sun Griffin, and my opponent gets the breath weapon off on his shaman. And then in the shooting phase, I take a couple more wounds on my Knights of Sun Griffin, and the ogres have no problem killing all those militia. I forgot to take a picture of the Tuskers charging, but they wipe out the Flagellants. I do 5 wounds, however, so that's not too bad, actually. It would have been awesome to do 6, of course, but that's okay. Empire Sunstone turn 2, I do steady men on my heavy infantry. I can't have them fleeing off the board too. And then I get both of my knights into his rock, which was awesome. And then my Flagellants do not flee, or do not have to frenzy charge, so I'm able to chaff with them as well. In the magic phase, I get know the enemy off on the knights, and I put both the attribute and the +2 physical +2 initiative on that unit. And I also get Volan's Blessing off for rerolls to wound in case those Tuskers wanted to charge in. In the shooting phase, the mortar hits and it kills one of the Tuskers, which was great. And then in the combat phase, my knights go in and they take a decent amount of dangerous terrain wounds, but they kill the rock, so that was great. The Imperial Knights overrun and go through the river. They don't take any more DTs, thankfully, but they do go there. And then my Knights of Sun Griffin form to look like that. Ogre Cons turn 3. Both blocks in the middle charge my flagellants. The Tusker just kind of goes behind the hill to hide, and he moves both his other blocks out of range of my Knights of Sun Griffin. I believe it was 6 dice to 6 in the magic phase. He gets the d6 plus 1, d6 strength, d6 hits on the cannon. He does 2 wounds. And he gets another Wrath of the Gods down next to the mortar and the Arcane Engine and near the heavy infantry. However, when he casted that, the Wrath of the Gods, he suffered all the miscasts. He used all the, I think he used 4 dice, but when you do play with Thaumaturgy, you add an extra one for your miscast result. So he had 5 dice, a miscast. He rolled a 6 for his d3 plus 1, so he took the 20 result. It kills the 3 ogres, as seen in the picture, but he doesn't lose the spell. He doesn't take any half wounds, and he doesn't even kill his wizard. So he pretty much just killed like 3 ogres, but he rolled with the rest of the results really well. It was awesome. EOS turn 3, we do on the double on the heavy infantry, and they make a charge against the tribesmen. The Knights of Sun Griffin charge the cannon, and the Knights just kind of reform and then get out of the way of the mercenary veterans. In the magic phase, I'm able to get Ular's Blessing off for reroll 2 wounds, and then the Wrath of Gods comes down, but it only does a couple wounds here or there to those units, so that's pretty good. In the shooting phase, we kill his wizard, which is awesome, and then we also kill a mercenary veteran, which was great, or maybe even a couple. In combat, the Knights of Sun Griffin easily kill the cannon, and this combat, it was much more close. I think I did 10 wounds. My opponent did, I think, 5 or 6, and then I just kind of beat him on combat res, and I pursued that unit down, so that was a really good swing for me. Ogre Cons turn 4. I want to say these guys charged, but I don't think so. They might have just marched up. But otherwise, my opponent really just, he lost his wizard during my last turn. He lost his big tribesman block as well. So my opponent is just trying to recover points here and get himself consolidated. But unfortunately, my shooting really started to turn up the last couple turns. And I know his pistols, Merkvets with pistols shoot this round, but I don't think they kill a cannon or anything. So EOS turn 4, I reform the heavy infantry. And I get them pointed at as Merkvets, who are also looking at me. And I give the heavy infantry fighting extra rank, so they still have a decent amount of attacks. And then I'm starting to get my knights to wrap around the board, because he's got that one Tusker alive, chilling behind the hill. And on his last turn, he's going to be able to move him out to claim that objective on the bridge. So I'm just moving those knights to contend with that one Tusker. In the shooting phase, I end up killing those 2 tribesmen that are left with the 2 cannons. And then in Ogre Cons turn 5, he charges in. I was also able to get the 5-up ward save on my guys in the last magic phase, which is really good. And then in his turn, he moves up those Merkvets a little bit. And I don't have a good picture of it, because I didn't take an end combat result. But I do stick. I think he's down to just a mercenary vet and his character. Yep, that's what it looks like. So on EOS turn 5, I charge in with the Arcana. We kill the champion, and he kills my prelate. And then in the shooting phase, we kill some of these Merc veterans, and then we run down his con. Which I actually thought it was his general, but it's not his general. And then to finish up the game, we just kind of moved on the objectives. I had a final turn to shoot those ogres, actually. I think the mortar misfired on my turn 5 and couldn't shoot, but I still had both cannons. I ended up not shooting anything because, honestly, I felt like this game, I came back from the jaws of defeat really amazingly, because I started out with no wizard. I was able to use my chap to hold up the ogres for a little bit. My shooting turned up huge. Oh my goodness. Like turn 3, maybe even turn 2. I think it was actually really turn 3 when I killed like his wizard, and then the next turn where it's like I killed the tribesman. Yeah, it was turn 3. Turn 3 on, the shooting just went crazy. I was just killing ogres. You know, I mean, killing it was not only was like a cannon hitting, but it wasn't just doing like it wasn't just doing like 2 wounds. It was doing like 3, or on his character like the 4 wounds needed to kill the guy. So I was kind of like, you know what? Like, I can't believe I won this game. I'm not even gonna worry about it. You know, like keep your 2 ogres alive. And then looking at the result, it is a 16-4, and then since I won the objective, it goes to a 19. So I felt really good about that. I think I thought, definitely when I didn't shoot the last 2 ogres, I thought I had a 20-0. But I don't regret not going for like those last 2, like 1 or 2 points. So 19, pretty good. Thank you all for watching. Please subscribe, comment, like, and share, and I'll be making more battle ports very soon.